Hi everybody, my name is Heather Maddox and I am the children's librarian at the Dunwoody Library, and I wanted to share with you a craft because I love to make crafts and I thought it would be fun for us to do together. And I'm only going to use materials that hopefully you have around your house. So today I thought that we could make a jellyfish. So here's my example, this little guy right here. And so he's made out of a cupcake liner and paper and some yarn and ribbon scraps. So I'm going to put him over here for now, and we'll talk about all of the supplies that you need. So for starters, let me get a list of what we need and I'll hold it up to the computer so it'll be easier for you to see. So we're going to need a cupcake liner, some ribbon, yarn, or colored paper, glue, tape, white paper, a black marker, and something round. So we'll talk about that in a second. So I have some ribbon and yarn scraps right here. You can use any color, whatever you have lying around, and some paper. I have a little bit of orange paper right here, and cupcake liners or muffin liners, just whichever. This is what the ones I happen to have at my house. You'll need a black marker. Got one right here. You'll need some white paper. Here we go. And some scissors. So I have my scissors right here ready to go. Oh, and a bottle of glue. So for starters, what we're going to need to do is take something round. I have a bottle of chili powder right here. And let me put the camera where you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put the chili bottle down there, and I'm going to trace around it with my marker. I want to get a nice thick circle around it. All right, so there's one. And two. We're making eyes, and I'm going to color them in. I like to do mine on the side, but you can give your jellyfish whatever expression you like. He can be looking up or down or side to side. So here's my eyes, and I'm going to cut them out real quick. And the black marker is nice because it makes it easy to cut in a circle. So there's one eye done. And the second eye done. There we go. And so now what we're going to need next is some yarn. I have some yarn right here, and to save time, I've already cut it into some little strips. We're going to need some ribbon. I just had this bit of shiny ribbon left over from another project, and I've also cut that into some strips. They're just about 3 inches long, but they don't have to be perfect. And to keep your ribbon from fraying, what you can do is, if you notice that mine's right here, it's a little bit pointed. If you take your scissors when you're cutting your ribbon and you cut at a diagonal instead of flat, that'll make sure your ribbon doesn't fray. So I have my ribbon, I have my yarn. Now I need some paper. So I have a little scrap of orange paper here, and I'm going to cut some long, thin strips, just a couple. And to make them look more interesting, I'm going to fold them back and forth. So you start by folding it towards yourself, like that. And then you flip it around and fold it the other way so that it's starting to look a little crinkled. And then you do that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, whoop, until it looks like that. And then let's do that again. So you fold it towards you and flip it, and away from you, and towards you and then flip it and away from you, and boop, there you go. So I have my paper, I have my eyes, I have my yarn, I have my ribbon, and now all I need is my cupcake liner. So just make sure that you only get one out of here. You don't want to use all of them so that your family will have some liners to make cupcakes with later. And then you get your bottle of glue, and then you just carefully glue a little dot all around the inside of here. You're going to need about 8 dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I have a whole bunch of big blobs of glue all the way around the inside of my little liner. And now I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to press it in there. And I'll do the same with one of my little pieces of yarn. And I'll do the same with one of my little pieces of paper here. And you just keep going around in a circle. Can be whatever pattern you like. If you want to use all ribbon, if you want to use all yarn, if you want to use all paper, that's totally fine. It's your creation. And so as you see, he's starting to get some legs here. Put on another piece of ribbon. Let's add another piece of yarn. All right, and let's just leave him there to dry very carefully for a minute while we get our eyes ready to glue. So I'm going to take my eye and put a big blob of glue on the back of it. There we go. And same with the other one. And see, I used paper that was colored on the back because I didn't have a lot of white paper. You can do the same. Or if you want your jellyfish to have blue or pink or purple eyes, it's totally up to you. So I got my jellyfish and I'm going to really carefully turn him over. And I'm going to glue his eye right there on the front like that. And once more on the other side. There we go. So he's almost done. So I'm just going to very carefully turn him over so he can dry for a minute. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to get my big handy ball of yarn here and I'm going to cut myself off another piece. Maybe, this one's maybe about 4 inches long, just enough that if you hold it in your hand, it makes a nice little U shape. And then I'm going to get some tape, have some tape over here, and pull off a couple strips. And then once again, I'm very carefully going to turn my jellyfish over, and I'm going to tape this little string on the top. This is so that you can hang him from your window or somewhere in your bedroom to decorate. And we're just taping that yarn there so it makes a little loop. All right. There we go. And he's all ready. I got my little jellyfish buddy here. And I have another one right here. So I'm just going to hang them up in my room and I hope that they look cool. Thank you for watching the video. I hope to see you at the library soon.